I gotta get a chair here. I'm getting ahead of myself. That's fine. Let's see, where are we at? I thought I bust this out. You guys remember this bad boy? The DIY massage gun that I made? Thing's awesome, man. Love this thing. Anyways, let's get to it, right? 6 on deck is the first one. Trying to dry my book out. My book got wet. Nice. Next, we have a jack on deck. That will be 10. Hey, Kev, how you doing? Hey, Robert, appreciate the support. Keep them comments coming. Stimulate that algorithm. 7 on deck. Yeah, keep them coming, Robert. You could be my cheerleader for the day. 6 is the next one. Nine is the next one. Two on deck. Followed by an 8. Yeah, that was an 8. Six. Oh, Kuro gets the 6. Perfect. That's awesome. Workout in jeans. I'm just going about my day. It's time to work out. London Park. What's up, guys? Loon. Ha. As a beginner, how far should I push myself? Well, true beginners just need to do something every day and stay consistent, right? Yes. It's a lot more beneficial just to do something every day and develop discipline through the act of consistency. That's far more beneficial than just pushing yourself, you know, all sorts of crazy. Jack 10 on deck. If you just push yourself right off the bat, more than likely you'll get discouraged and not want to continue. Jack is 10. Hey, Street Trash, what's up, man? Welcome to the chat. Boy, my back feels jacked already. I've never been gang affiliated. Welcome to the chat. Let's see. Boy, we got a lot of haters already. Welcome, guys. Stimulate that algorithm. You guys are my cheerleaders. The haters, yeah, they're cheering me on, stimulating the algorithm. Thank you, guys. Into the Woods. Heck yeah, man. $5. Said, I'd like to thank you for the other day when I opened up to you about my drinking. Your words helped me and gave me confidence. Heck yeah, man. Thanks for the channel support. You're in the process. Welcome to the community. Absolutely. If you're not familiar with the Discord, man, take the time to check it out. A lot of positive people. For real, we just want to help each other. King, 10 on deck. Oklahoma in the house. How you doing, man? I'm longing to be free from my addictions. Heck yeah, man. That's the start. You gotta want it. When you're sick and tired of it, you'll quit. A lot of people just ain't sick and tired of being sick and tired yet. 5 on deck. What do you do for a living? I'm a monkey trainer. I train monkeys, right? We do tricks. 5 on deck. Haha, you lay pipe? That's a good one. Pipe layer. I'm just fooling around. I'm an arborist. I climb and cut trees. Yep. Seven on deck. Hey, Gallowez, welcome to the chat. Anthony Williams says, nobody helping anybody these days. Hey, welcome to the chat, man, for real. Stick around, you'll see it. We do help each other. Check out the Discord, guys. 100%. Any advice for those stuck in that depression and self-loathing loop? Oh, come on, man. It's time to break free. You're doing it to yourself. Harry, you're doing it to yourself. We reap what we sow. There is no accidents. You are on the path, right? Ace, 10 on deck. Don't spend any time in the past. Do you understand? Your thoughts need to be in the present, not off there in the future, not in the past of something that has long been done, right? Be present in the future. For real. You guys are spending too much time in the past. Ace, 10 on deck. Yeah, for real. Yeah, push-ups, pull-ups all day long, man. American Dream. Wait. Welcome, man. Welcome to the chat. 9 on deck. Do I have a hobby other than working out? Yeah, I guess so. Working out takes a lot of my time, though. It's a pretty big hobby. I like to tinker. I like to tear things apart and put them back together. Check engine lights. Welcome to the chat. Hey, Ton Steel Chomp. See. Did we do that 9? I don't know. Let's just do another 9. American Dream. I just started getting back in shape. Took 5 years layoff. I'm 60 years old. American Dream, welcome back. Yeah, it's easy to get off the path. It's easy. We just got to check ourselves before we continue down that path of wrecking ourselves. You know what I mean? There we go. Let's do 9. Let's see how you would feel if your narcissistic ex did something that made your kids hate. So maculous parent syndrome, aka parental alienation, and isolate the kids. That's just the start. Daniel, hey man. Using your kids as weapons against you. I've seen that, man. I've seen that happen. It happens a lot. Honestly, the courts always side with the women, right? Joker, 10 on deck. Tell you what, whatever you do, do not let her know that it's affecting you, right? Because that's all she's trying to do is get a reaction. Joker, 10 on deck. If she gets a reaction, she's going to feel satisfied. You know what I mean? I know it's tough. You got to control those emotions. Yeah, welcome aboard, American. Yep. Richard says, my ex used to threaten that if I turned up to get my children for the weekend, she would get a bouncer there to fight me. I used to tell him to bring the friend because I'm on my way. Yeah, that's terrible. That's terrible, right? Don't feed into it. Don't feed into it, man. You're giving her everything she wants. You know what I mean? Don't play that game. Don't play it. Let her play her game all by herself. You know what I mean? Queen, 10 on deck. In a situation like that, all you can do is record, right? Everything that she's doing that's like childish and vindictive, right? You got to build a case for the courts, and that's all you can do. Queen, 10 on deck. I have a friend right now, his ex like knows his security number and messes with his bank's accounts and everything. Crazy vindictive, right? Jack, 10 on deck. People just trying to see their kids. Jack, let's see. See, do you have to keep your heart up to gain muscle, or is that just for cardio? That's for cardio. Yeah. Here we go. Jack, 10 on deck. Yeah, it's just for cardio. What if you were the sole primary custodial parent? I have records and screenshots, almost 3 years fighting, and finally the prosecutor is charging them for altering the court documents. Yeah, true, right? Just got to record everything. Record everything, right? You got to build the case. 2 is the next one. Another 2. Yeah, you're getting some good advice in the comment section for sure. Really, guys, it's coming down to it when you're. It's a terrible situation, man. My heart goes out to you. Next, we have a 5 on deck. So you can't feel your lats during the rows. Well, to really hit your lats, to really hit your lats specifically, you got to go wide. Really wide. Yep. But you can hit them from other angles as well. That's why I like to do the inverted rows really wide. Next, we have a 5. Four on deck. Yeah. To really get good at pull-ups, you got to do them like almost every day, right? The first like 8 sets that I did, they were very discouraging, right? It takes a while to get used to it. Let's see, 10 on deck. If he's 45 plus, I'm 43. Yep, you still got time. 10 on deck. Do I take rest days? Yeah, Saturday and Sunday I only work out once instead of twice. Let's see. Pabat says, don't complain, you can't do pull-ups. It's true. You need to say that you're in the process. You know what I mean? Daniel says, okay, y'all, I have to go into my criminal history class soon. Thank you, Jesse, for allowing my story. To all others, record, keep a journal, screenshots and pictures. Heck yeah, that's all good information, guys. Stay positive, man, and don't give in. Don't give in. Right? Don't react. 3. Atlanta. Dropping body weight is a big plus to dropping pull-ups. Once I dropped 20 pounds, I was able to do them again. And that's at the age 61, Atlanta. Nice. Heck yeah, man. 3 on deck. American Dream says, some people are saying that I'm making better gains now at 60, but I got a lot of muscle memory from the older days. Heck yeah, right? Those muscles, they don't forget. Queen, 10 on deck. Fibromyalgia. When it comes to working out, like what I can do that won't hurt me. I'm sorry, my friend. I honestly don't know what that is. Holding up the negative can also help you build overall strength on your pull-ups. You know what? That's a great addition to the conversation. Like the slow eccentric queen, that's 10 on deck. So there's like these pause holds. Like if you had something that you can step up on to start at the top position, like this, right? And just hold on to it as long as you can and let your body weight pull you back down to the ground, then step back up. You know what I mean? Hold it as long as you can and come down slowly. You can count those as reps as well. I think that's a fantastic idea. I appreciate you guys. Here we go. 10 on deck. Daniel says, don't ever give in. Emotions will make you look bad. True that. You have to remain strong. Fought for my twins, 16-year-old and 3 of fighting. Finally, my voice has been told. I can then, all can too. Last part of that got cut off. Yeah, I appreciate your journey. Ten on deck is the next one. Overhand. Overhand, underhand, it don't matter. I did overhand this. Daniel says, if I could do it, so can y'all. Right? There we go. Daniel been through it. Passing on the knowledge. The next man. Your nerve endings flare up in different parts of your body. That's a fibromyalgia. Acts like it's being attacked. So attacks your body. It's hard to recover. Yeah, Richard, I don't have any experience with fibromyalgia. If anybody in the comments has any personal experience with the fibromyalgia, please put it down so our friend Richard. Yep. Here we go, 10 on deck. James says, you look like Bubbles from the Trailer Park Boys with those glasses and ring lights. I love Bubbles. From the Trailer Park Boys, that's a great character, right? I think he's the best character of them all. 10 on deck. Yeah, Trailer Park Boys, that was an epic show, right? MS and Parkinson's hate it. Yeah, sounds like monkeys on your back, right? Sounds terrible. I train through the pain, take extra rest days if needed. Richard. Well, I feel like each one of these problems, you know, there's a solution to, right? There's a solution to it. 3 on deck. Swimming helps. Fibromyalgia. It won't hurt you. Rog. adds to the discussion. I like that. There we go. Help from the community. Appreciate you guys. You guys know if you have the ability to help the next man, it becomes your responsibility to do so. Otherwise, you are sinning. Right? At the very core. D says, about to start my first 72-hour fast. Any tips? Ooh, good luck, man. It's tough any way you cut it. Just be prepared on your coming off of the fast meal, right? Just because the 3 days are over with doesn't mean the whole fasting situation is over with, right? You need to take time and not overeat, right? Just bone broth and whatnot. I like chicken soup. That's my favorite to come off a fast with. Don't eat too much. Eggs are always nice too. Easy. Easy on the digestive. 3 on deck. Can I talk to Lori about dating someone in recovery? Ah, you gotta fix her up, or do you? You're gonna fix them up, huh? Ah, yeah, buddy. Good luck with that. Sure, reach out to her. Reach out to her. She'll give you your opinion. Let me tell you right now. You ain't gonna fix nobody. If they're not perfect for you right now, keep looking. Keep looking. You seen my soup recipe on here? Already intended to make that after. Thanks, man. On the third day of the fast, a little bit of salt water. When I'm feeling my lowest, I take a little bit of salt water, and it's like a bat. It re-energizes me, man. For real. That's what I can tell you. Yeah, chicken soup, man. Chicken soup is my favorite to come off the fast with. And tell you what, man, I have been guilty of overeating after the fast. Let me tell you what's going to happen if you do that. Your intestines and everything, they're all going to get stuffed up and you're going to feel terrible. Do not overeat after the fast. Less is best for like a 3-day period. I'm telling you. 6 is the next one. How do I handle munchies? I eat. Listen, it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier if you eat on a schedule, guys. Like if you tell yourself, I'm not allowed to eat anything up until noon. And I'm only able to eat between the hours of noon and 8 p.m. That's the eating period, right? After that, food is off limits. So stick to that. That's the first way to do it. That's the first way to do it. Carl says, when I was in NA, they would say, don't get into a relationship until you're 2 years clean. Yeah. How does anybody ever listen to that though? I don't think so. But it's true, man. A relationship, right, will totally ruin your sobriety. It will. It's a chance, you know. I mean, you're already dealing with damaged goods, right? You know what I mean? There's a good chance for a relapse. 6 on deck. Palmer says, great advice. I don't know that. Thank you again, brother. Appreciate it, man. 6 on deck. Why does everybody say you're on steroids? Hey, that's because they don't believe in themselves. They don't believe that fitness is possible for them or anybody else without the addition of this or that, right? It's just their own failures. It's their own failures in belief in themselves. I'm just here to tell you guys that you need to believe into yourself. You know, you need to, right? You guys are selling yourself short. You're selling yourself short, and I believe that you can do more than you've ever known. Here we go, 4 on deck. Yeah, I know you guys can do more than you believe that you can. I do. I've seen it. I've seen guys do it. Listen, what is it? Destroyer says, I realized I failed at life today, Jesse, buddy. I don't think I can take it anymore. Hey, welcome to the club. We're all in the same boat, man. Every single one of us. But you're only a failure if you choose to stop getting up when you get knocked down, right? The moment you stay down, that's when you fail, right? You get knocked down over and over and over again. It's not a failure. It's just a process. This is life. Yeah, I don't mean to be harsh, but I mean, man, it sucks sometimes, you know what I mean? But you just gotta white knuckle it, man. Hold on, right? When I was in prison, you know, when they first gave me 9 years, I never thought life would be as good as it is today. Today is a wonderful day. I sent my kid to school for her first day of school. You know, it's like, I'm alive, I'm above ground, right? What else more do I need? You know? Queen, 10 on deck. Like when you're really struggling, really struggling, and you can't see any way out, you can't see it, right? You can't see past this moment. It's tough. I get it, man, but I've been there over and over and over again, right? The common denominator is we feel like there's no way out, right? There's no way out, right? That's how we all feel in the midst of it. But looking back now, that's all been false. There's always, life does get better. It does, 100%. It's an illusion. It's just an illusion that life is terrible, right? And there's no way out. That's just an illusion, right? Because there's always a way out, and it always gets better, 100%. Most of the successful people, many say that their greatness breakthrough came just one step past their greatest defeat. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, you got to get knocked down, man, right? You got to get knocked down, and you need a way out. It's at those pressure points when the greatest change happens. It's when you feel there is no way out and all the pressure is accumulating that the solution comes. If you quiet the mind, the solution will come. Absolutely. But you got to take steps. Oh, not always, because you got to take steps. Most remain destroyed, right? You got to put the work in, and you got to recognize the signs and the steps that are being presented to you. It's a great topic of discussion. And it reminds me of a joke. Queen on deck, that's 10. So the joke, let me do this 10 and I'll tell you guys a joke. All right? All right, so there's this dude, right? He's hanging on to this tree, and it's raining and it's flooding. Everything's flooded. He's hanging on this tree for dear life, right? These guys say, "Hey, come on, man, come with us. We're gonna get out of here," right? And he's like, "No worries, I'm good. Jesus is gonna save me," right? So he holds on to this tree and lets these guys drive away, right? The water continues, right? The water's up to here. He's still hanging on to the tree. A boat comes by. They're like, "Hey, man, come on, get in the boat." He's like, I'm good. Jesus is going to come and save me," right? And then he holds on to that tree. And he's down to here, right? A helicopter comes by. Says, "Come on, man, reach for the rope. Come on, get in here." He's like, I'm good. Jesus is going to save me, right? So next thing you know, the guy's dead, right? He wakes up in heaven. He's standing in front of Jesus, and he says, "Jesus, I believed in you, man. Why didn't you come and save me?" Right? And he's like, I sent you three signs. I sent you a guy in a truck, a guy in a boat, and a guy in a helicopter. You didn't take any of them, right? So you're gonna you gotta look for life giving you opportunities and take the steps that life is giving you, right? You just can't expect for it to happen to you. Do you know what I mean? You have to take the steps when they're presented, right? God works in mysterious ways, and I'm not trying to get all religious here, but I'm just saying, if you believe, you also have to look for the signs as well. You know what I mean? Here we go. Here's the indicated card, and that will be 10 on deck. Hey man, that's cool. Yeah, I already told it. You missed it. I got other jokes, right? Here's one for that Miss K, right? Miss K says she's got a fixer-upper in recovery. So here's a joke for that, lined with knowledge. King, 10 on deck. So this guy's walking down the trail, and he comes across a snake in the middle of the path, and the snake's been run over a couple times. You know what I mean? And the guy walking down the path is like, "Oh man, I take pity on this snake. Let me put him in a box, and I'll take him home with me, and I'll feed him and nurse him and get him back to health." So the guy did that. And you know what happened? Boom, he got bit by the snake. He's like, "Snake, why did you bite me? I picked you up when you were crippled. I nursed you back to health." And you know what the snake says? "You knew I was a snake when you saw me lying in the path." Right? Ain't that the truth? 8 on deck. is the next one. Yes. I guess they're not really jokes. I guess they're just stories to learn something from. King is the next one. None of them are really funny. Like when I was in recovery, NA and whatnot, you know, there was a lot of people hooking up left and right, but ain't nobody really should have been doing it. You know, they should have just paid attention, stuck to the path, make sure they got some time underneath their belt clean, right? Because everything's so new. The scorpion stings the frog on its back as it carries the frog, asking, "Why, scorpion?" replies, "It's my nature." Ah, the scorpion and the frog. Yes, that's along the same lines as the snake. May I ask, what's your favorite tattoo? Yeah, we've been, it's the serenity, my friend. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Yeah, a plausible short story to illuminate a lesson, right? Lessons, that's really what it is. I'm not too good of a joke teller. Next, we have a king. That will be 10. Do you have a big regret in life, or are you happy? You went through everything because you are where you now and who you are. Yes, I don't spend any time and I don't put any energy towards the purpose of regret or any of those negative vibration, activities. Yeah, that's like, I feel like I'm a sucker if I put energy towards that kind of stuff. Regret, anything negative. I'm like, what am I doing with my time? You know what I mean? King is the next one. Jonathan says facts that will block your energy, right? Wherever your attention goes, energy flows, right? If you're focused on the negative, that's where you're giving up your energy to. King, 10 on deck, is the next one. Hey, John Conway, shouting out my sucker-free store. Thank you guys for taking the time to grab a mug or a t-shirt or a rubber band. Appreciate you supporting this content. King, this will be 10. Sorry, somebody was calling my phone. I had to turn it off. Stomach tattoo, that's my last name. It says Pollock. Yep. 2 on deck is the next one. Flex your abs. I don't have abs. Not really. I'm kind of on a bulk. This is like the only time I allow myself to eat cereal so I can get fat. Because cereal will do that. It's hard to lose weight on cereal. 3 on deck. No, I've never heard of that. I don't play games very much. Honestly, I don't remember the last time I played any games. I like to do physical activities. Go out to the park and whatnot. Playing the game of life. Oh, Jonathan. Boy, I tell you what, I feel like this life is a game, right? It really is. We're just trying to rack up some points, get to the next level, right? There's things blocking us on our path we got to get past. Our ego gets in the way of winning, right? Our pride gets in the way of winning. Yep, greed gets in the way of winning. Uh-oh. There are businesses everywhere. You look trying to take your money. Just because things like cereal is the norm doesn't mean it's right or good for you. Choose your own path. Right. I think, cereal, a lot of cereal falls within the lines of just products, right? Things to purchase and eat. They're not really nutritious or good for your goals in your fitness, right? You got to know what your goals are to begin with, right? What do you want? What do you want? What's the end result? Why are you even here, right? What do you want to look like? All right, take that picture of the best version of yourself and reverse engineer it, right? What does that person eat? 4, what does that person do? Cereal is junk food. Yeah, it is. I'm on a bulk. I'm trying to get fat. And cereal will do that, 100%. I used to tell guys in prison, the ones that were trying to lose weight, just stay away from the milk, stay away from the cereal, and the weight will just fall off you. And it does. After I'm done bulking, I'll cut the cereal out. How can I reverse engineer so I can achieve my desired look? Question mark. What is your desired look, right? What do you want to achieve? You have to know that to begin with. You can't say I want to get big and jacked and then sit there eating a bag of potato chips, you know what I mean? You have to visualize the best version of yourself. And then you have to reverse engineer what that person does during the day to achieve that physique, right? Visualization and then action. Take action, right? Once you figure out what that person is that you want to be, and you reverse engineer it, right? You have to be in the process of that person by faking it until you make it, right? think of what that person needs to do, what they need to eat, how they act, how they spend their time, and then fall in that line, right? You know, if you guys just did what I did throughout the day, you would look like me too. But you guys have other agendas, other urges of food that you choose to eat and things that you do, right? It is only because of the food that I eat and my activity that I look like this, right? What are we talking about? Excuses? Yeah, all you guys have excuses why you choose not to be healthy. It amazes me. You tell me that you choose not to be healthy because you have kids and a job, right? So you're putting your health aside. That's what you're telling me, right? You're putting your health aside because you don't have the discipline to eat things that are good for you. You don't have the discipline to just work out a little bit here and a little bit there, right? You would just rather deteriorate your health and eat what you want, right? That's what you're telling me. You know what? And you're telling me you're doing it for your kids? You're so full of it. You know what I mean? You're full of it. 7 on deck. There is no excuse to deteriorate your health and blame it on your kids and your family. That's loser talk. That's loser talk. 7 on deck, right? If you truly wanted to be there for your family, you would eat correctly. You would be on this earth longer if you truly cared about your family. You would. You wouldn't say you eat all sorts of junk and you don't spend time with them for your family. That's loser talk. Yeah, I don't need to know your life, bro. I see these excuses every day, bro. Every day. Listen, you can't fool me, bro. Not gonna happen. Tell yourself whatever you want. Go ahead, look at your kids. Tell them that you choose to eat unhealthy because of them. You choose to be unfit and die sooner because you just ain't got the time, right? I ain't got the time for that. 7 on deck. What you're saying is you ain't got the time for your family, that your urges are more important, right? That's what you're saying to me. Listen, you don't even have to work out like me. If you guys just ate right, you'd be okay. You'd be fine. 4 is the next one. I'm not gonna tell you some BS, man. I'm not gonna pee on you and tell you it's raining. You know what? That's piss. Jack, 10 on deck. I gotta tell them, man, these people are fools. I gotta tell them, right? Believe in their BS. You believe in your own BS. That's what you're doing. Jack, 10 on deck. Hey, this is just tough love, man. It's just tough love. I have nothing negative against you. I want the best for you, right? And it saddens me that you're making the choice not to better yourself. I'm here for you, and sometimes you need a little tough love, for real. I ain't trying to humiliate anybody. I want the best for you, and sometimes you guys are so full of yourself that you can't even hear. You're going to wait till you're on your deathbed to make a choice to straighten up? Right? You're going to wait till it's too late? No, man, the time is now. Right now, right here. Make that decision. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. 43, I'm 43 years young. I want you to start eating healthier too. I want you guys all be healthy, right? This is achievable for the average man if you so choose. Turn excuses into actions. Yeah. There's a lot of excuses out there, man. There's a lot of them. And it all comes down to, you don't know me. You don't know what I'm going through. I deserve this, this and that, right? All that is BS. 8 on deck. How can I get big biceps? I think big biceps are pretty easy to get with the inverted rows. You know, you can grab a bar like this and you just go like this, back and forth with inverted rows. I think that's great. Yeah. Yeah, check yourself before you wreck yourself. It's easy to go down that path, guys. It's easy. You know, when I got out of prison, I started eating pizza every day and drinking alcohol. I was headed down that path really quick of wrecking myself. And it wasn't until I had a little girl and I was looking at my little girl thinking, well, the choices that I'm making for my diet is totally wrecking myself. And it's visually apparent that I will not be here longer on this earth if I continued those habits, right? That was apparent and clear. Well, my goal is to stay on this earth as long as I can for the people that depend on me. My little girl, my family members. You know what I mean? So it's my responsibility to eat good and work out and stay on this earth as long as I can, not for me, but for them. Right? That's how it works. 10 on deck is the next one. How do I get healthy? Diet. Please give me diet recommendations. V. A V. It depends on where you're starting off from, right? Are you overweight? Are you underweight? Do you need to build up? You need to trim down where you at? Carbs are going to make you bigger, right? Gain weight. Where protein, on the other hand, will shred you up. 100%. I'm 18-year-old, skinny male, no muscles. Okay, so you need to eat carbs. You got to eat carbs on the regular. I say quinoa, right? Quinoa is high in protein, packed full of carbs. Eat it with every meal, right? You gotta eat consistently every day, the same time every day on a clock. 10 on deck. A lot of people just don't eat enough to build. So if you're little, yes, you need carbs. If you're little, you just need carbs. But if you're overweight, you just need more protein. You need to shred up. So if you're a little fat, you need protein. Yep, right? You need more protein, and you need honestly, okay, so here's the beginning, right? If you're a little bit overweight, you need to start off by eating between the hours of noon and 8 p.m. Only those hours. Not before noon, not after 8 p.m. Start there. Right? And then, if you're struggling still with weight, eat more protein. More protein will shred you. Shred you. At the moment, I'm eating more carbs because I'm trying to purposely bulk up. That's the only reason why I'm eating carbs. You're struggling to gain weight, so you use a mass gainer after your meals. Ah, Carl. I don't approve with any protein powders. I just don't do it. Right? I think there's a better substitute. There's just better. You could have like just hear me out, like a bowl of quinoa or some rice or something. Because those protein drinks, man, they're just filled with sugars and whatnot. Ain't none of it really good for you. Right? The human body was meant to eat food. Matthew Davis says, Beefcake 2000. Beefcake. The sweets. I'm going to be so jacked, right? South Park, right? Hilarious. That's everybody's dream, right? People think, oh, I'm gonna get jacked. I'm gonna order a big old thing of protein powder and whatnot. No, you gotta eat food. Food, guys, for real. Okay, boom. Who impressed you the most in the beginning of your prison time? The massive guys or the most athletic, functional guys? See, what blows my mind is that you guys think it's one or the other, right? That massive guys can't be calisthenic functional, right? It's not one or the other. Those guys are strong as heck, and they pretty much could do anything that they put their mind to. I'm not struggling to gain or lose weight. I'm the perfect weight. I just need to build muscle. What do you recommend? Yeah, I would recommend just a better diet and being consistent. Ace, 10 on deck. Shadow Sky, $7.99. Thanks, man. I'm new artist, just dropping my first song on YouTube. Heck yeah, man. Shadow Sky. Thanks for the channel support. Good luck with your journey. Ace, 10 on deck. Oh, I love creatine. I haven't taken any creatine today, although I do love it and I speak highly of it. Although creatine, they make some cheap stuff and they make some better options. I say don't cheap out and get the good stuff. Otherwise, you'll have indigestion. B Power says, I'm working physically in a warehouse. I'm too tired to go to the gym afterwards, but I really want to. Just too tired. Well, check this out, man. I suggest that you work out before you. I know it's a lot. It's a life change and whatnot. You need all the rest you can get. But work out before you go to work. You'll rev up your metabolism. You rev up your metabolism, and then throughout the day, you'll just be burning more calories. I think working out before work is the way to go. Plus, if you really want to sneak in a workout and you really are strapped for time, take your deck of cards, put it in your pocket. As you're going through that work day, you got a moment, pull out 6, stick it in your other pocket, right? Bust out 6 squats really quick, 6 push-ups, whatever, right? Boom, keep it going. You do that all day long, you transfer the entire deck from one pocket to the next, and you got your workout in. You didn't even break a sweat. You know what I mean? Eight is the next one. Eat whole foods, that's it. Men for thousands of years never used creatine, but now all of a sudden we need muscle. Come on. Yeah, it's true. I ain't never used it to build muscle, but I tell you what, I use it for. Now, when I mix creatine and MSM together and I consume it, I don't have any aches and pains in any of my wrists. It's just like magic. It's all gone. So that's the reason why I'm taking my creatine and MSM. I built my physique before I even knew what creatine was. You look extremely German. I'm Polish. Pretty Polish. Let's see, I'm dead broke and I want to start working out. What should I start with? Well, I would say if you're dead broke, I would say the money needs to go towards like quinoa, carbs, stuff like that, right? Food. 8 on deck. Hey, soccer kid. Welcome to the chat. Jonathan says, walking for at least 30 minutes a day will seriously help you lose weight. I think that's fantastic. I think we all should be walking. Every single one of us. Campbell says, or get a sucker-free band. Heck yeah, man. Yeah, these are great, right? These resistance bands, if you need one, hit me up at thesuckerfreestore.com. You can use them for anything. Dun, dun, dun. Hey guys, welcome to the chat. A lot of new guys here. How you doing, guys? Jesse Pinkman, what's up, man? Yeah, I like the name. Good one. 8 on deck. Do I ship to Canada? Heck yeah, I ship to Canada. Check it out, Jordan. Suckerfreestore.com. I ship pretty much everywhere, right? For some reason, it's not of my doing, guys, but for some reason, I can't ship anything to Russia. There's something going on with the way the money works back and forth and the shipping and the whatnot. But if you need a rubber band and you're from Russia, hit me up, man. Send me a message. Shoot me your address. We'll figure something out. I'll get one to you. It might be on the slow boat, it might take you a while, but it'll get there eventually. Next, we have 5 on deck. My main screen froze. It's okay. We're good to go. Let's see. Bum, 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 bum. Breaking Bad? I haven't even seen that show yet. I saw a couple episodes. There's a lot of TV that I've never really watched. I missed out on a lot of them. You know, being locked up, you miss out on all the episodes. Can I do one-arm pull-ups? Yeah, I do it. I do everything. There's nothing I can't do. 10 on deck because you know what? I don't give myself any limitations. Jesse Pinkman says, I'm the actor from that show. What, Breaking Bad? Hey, welcome to the chat. 10 on deck. Yeah, I'll check the show out one of these days. I don't really spend much time sitting up watching TV, you know what I mean? I'm too tired, man. As soon as my head hits the pillow, I'm out. Can I do a planche? Yeah, I can do everything. If you're really into planches though, my brother Justin Pollock, he does them a lot better than I do. He could do them with one hand. He can go on one hand and stick his arm out this way and his other two legs out that way and balance like a top. It's pretty amazing. That I am not able to do, but I'm sure I could learn. Ace, 10 on deck. Well, I'm new to bulking myself. So this is like the first time I'm really bulking with a purpose. Ace, 10 on deck, and all I'm really doing is just eating quinoa with my normal meals that I eat to add more, carbs, calories. I'm figuring it out. I might adjust it as I go, but right now it seems to be doing pretty well. Ace, 10 on deck. Yeah, quinoa, I love the stuff. Packed full of protein. Yeah, I just went to prison for this stuff. I ordered this stuff in the mail, and then I did like 18 months for that. And then I came home, and I had a friend who got in trouble, and he decided to set me up, even though I wasn't doing anything. Whatever. I did 9.5 years. Well, they sentenced me to 9.5 years. I only did 6.5. Yeah. I'm at the point where I should turn the rest of my fat into muscle. What? But it's a lot of hard work. Eating healthy and walking requires minimum effort. You're surprised at how therapeutic it can be. Well, first off, the only thing that caught me off guard is when you said you're turning your fat into muscle. That doesn't exist, right? Fat is fat, muscle is muscle, they're separate. Fat can get burned up into energy, right? It can do that, but to turn it into muscle, period? No, that doesn't work like that. Queen, 10 on deck. Yeah, that's like an old wives' tale, man. I don't even know where that thing came from to begin with. Queen, 10 on deck. Hey, yes, I love creatine. I think it's fantastic. I highly recommend it, but I recommend you buy quality stuff. There's a lot of garbage creatine out there. Here we go, Queen, 10 on deck. Hold on, do you eat every day a lot of carbs for having this energy for 2 workouts? What carbs is standard for 2 workouts? Yeah, I think quinoa is the best. Quinoa, in my opinion, is the best. Okay, so here's the misconception. Okay, when people say they're trying to bulk, it's because being heavier, being fatter, having a big old body is easier to move weights around, right? That's why guys bulk up, right? If I weighed more, I can move more on the bench, right? So that allows my muscles more nourishment and they get bigger. Okay, so now I'm big and I'm fat and I'm lifting weights and I'm moving stuff around, okay? Now it's time to shred up and show the muscles, right? So I lose the fat, get rid of the fat suit, and now I'm just left with the muscles. I'm not gonna be as strong as a fat guy, but I'm gonna look better. You know what I mean? That's where the bulking and the trimming happens, right? Now, I seen a guy in prison bench over 315 pounds for his first time on the bench, but he weighed over 315 pounds himself. So it wasn't like, you know, weight worth Vincent. Vice. I have a front delt minor tendon injury. What to do? I keep flaring it up. You gotta let it heal. Let it heal and don't let scar tissue build up, right? So you gotta move it a little bit. Does fasting help out in the body, bulking in general health? Fasting is just fantastic in itself. It's totally different. Now, if you have that front delt, that's an interesting one. Yeah, my apologies. I don't have anything specific for that, but we can go into my book and we can look up the protocol for the front delt after this is over with. Queen, 10 on deck. Nine is the next one. I would look at, we'll flip through this book here and see if we can't figure something out for you. 9 on deck is the next one. Pardon me. Skylar says, those are half reps, buddy. Yeah, no doubt. Welcome to the chat. 3 on deck is the next one. Kettle ups for front delts, just like raise legs for glutes, I've been told. Joseph adds to the discussion. Nice. Well, my front delts definitely get hit with the resistance bands, but I'm not sure that's what we're looking for. I mean, I'm pretty sure he needs to recover. If it's flaring up as you're working out, it's not done recovering yet. It's ripped, yeah. Next, we have a 5. Hey, Samuel. London, England in the house. North Carolina. How you doing, guys? How do you not feel pain after so many, Eddie? I don't know, man. I think I do feel pain. I just don't. I don't put any energy towards it. You know what I mean? I think the topic is pain versus discomfort, right? I think a lot of people confuse discomfort as pain, right? Samuel says, 22 years clean today, 4 years sober today too. Heck yeah, man. Appreciate it. What a journey, right? What a journey, dude. You know, when I was in Narcotics Anonymous, and like I've been in detox centers, I never thought that I would ever live a life without drinking alcohol. I never thought that would be like, a life that I would even care about, you know what I mean? And here we are, right? Hey, Samuel, you are an inspiration to others on their journey, right? That's what you're doing. Appreciate you sharing your story. Alcohol sucks, doesn't it? It sure does. Here we go. 5 on deck. Tell you what, I don't miss it. I don't miss it. I do not miss it. Ace. 10 on deck. Let's see. Samuel says, I help where I can. That's right. All of us, guys. We could do more, right? We could do more. We've been through the ringer. Now is the time to help the next man. But there's a fine line. You gotta let the next man learn for themselves, right? You can't just like do it for them. then you take away the learning experience. No, I've never been military. Ace, 10 on deck. How many years do I have? Oh, I just quit alcohol myself recently. I'm almost to 2 years. I'm almost to my 2-year mark come December. Yep. Ace, 10 on deck. So I'm fresh. Sandra Ford. Hey, good night, Sandra. Have a good one. Thanks for your channel support. Appreciate you being here. 100%. Samuel says, I don't miss it and I don't even think about it. And now I just flow through life. You're absolutely right about helping others. I listen to problems rather them off, no action, no help. I think everybody needs to hit rock bottom. You really got to hit rock bottom. Yeah, to want a change, right? Because when I was a heroin addict for years. And my family couldn't help me. The only help my family that was true, that helped, is they had to abandon me, right? They loved me so much that they had to abandon me because they could not help me. I had to hit rock bottom on my own. And I had to want the change. Right? So just know, if any of your family members out there are addicted to anything, right? You can't trust them, unfortunately. The money that you give them for food or bills or anything is going to go right to buying drugs. Yep. So if you have any family members that are struggling, you are getting them high. I know you think you're just paying their bills or buying them groceries, but you're not. Being addicted, they will lie to you. They are going to get high on your money, right? So if you truly love this person, you want them to get clean, you got to cut them off. You got to let them hit rock bottom. You are enabling 100%, enabling your family members, and you are providing a way for them to get high. And that's the truth. So if you truly love your family members, it's a hard thing to do, but you gotta cut them off, and it's for their own good, right? If they don't hit rock bottom, and if they don't hit it hard, they're just gonna brush it off and continue. Right? They gotta want a change. Let's see, do you have any advice for me? My kids were fighting, but now they're seated. Should kids be kept upright after fighting? What? I don't know. I think kids bounce. There we go. Joker, 10 on deck. See, I'm not a fighter. I don't fight. I don't mess around with the bludgeoning of other people. Many trainers say intensity is much better than volume. If you want to build muscle so that nerves worked for me, as soon as I switched to lighter weights and did more sets, I got a lot more gains. Absolutely. Well, it's a different type of training, right? High volume, low weights versus high weights, low volume. It affects the muscles and their fibers differently. You know what I mean? Kristen says, wow, so when they are at their lowest, you leave them. But when they are back in their feet and thriving, you go back to their lives. Listen, because there's a lot of bullshit. There's a lot of lying that's going to happen. Right? When somebody is in the middle of a addiction, they're going to say anything. Anything. And they're going to play you like a fiddle because they know how to do that. Yeah, slow twitch and fast twitch muscle fibers, absolutely. Now, I help those who want help, right? Those that are actually taking the steps to help themselves, right? Because when you're dealing with an addictive person, you're dealing with conniving and manipulation, right? You're not getting any truth from them. You are being manipulated, right? Because they know the addiction. They know that the addiction is in survival mode. Oh, yes, here we go. But if you leave them, they will think you don't love them. See, that's them pulling on your heartstrings, right? You're preventing them from making the greatest discovery and lessons, right? These are life lessons and making the greatest discovery. What you're doing is you're taking the learning process away from them and you're preventing them from learning what they need to stay sober. What they need, right? You're preventing them. Automotive. Try not to tweak out on my coworkers. Channel my inner Jesse. I know, hey, it's so hard. It's so hard to abandon, right? But I'm telling you, right? If you are in, I know it looks like love, but it's not. You're enabling them, right? You got to let people hit rock bottom or they're not going to learn, right? And they're going to use what you just said. Oh, you don't love me, right? You don't love me if you don't help me, right? No. My family loved me so much, they had to let me go, right? They had to, for me to learn. For me to learn, right? That's the greatest gift that any mother can give a son struggling in addiction. The tools to overcome it. Don't you want your friend or your loved one to overcome their addiction? Stop enabling them. Stop giving them money. Right? Be there as an emotional support person. And that's it. That's it. Be there for support. What does enabling mean? Enabling means you are allowing them to get high. You're doing it through love, right? You're giving them the tools to get high, and all they have to do is say, I'm going to use this for my bills. I'm not going to get high. Or we're just going to use this for gasoline, right, in the car. Or we're going to go get some groceries. They're lying to you. Don't you get it? That the addiction itself is in survival mode. It will say whatever it needs to get their fix. 100%. But I'm only telling you this because I was there. I was there and I was surrounded by junkies. I know how a junkie thinks. And if you truly love them, you will do what they need, right? Truly what they need and not what they ask for, right? If you want to be there for emotional support, but don't give them anything. I mean, listen, you're not even talking to the person. Pete says, how do you know when an addict is lying, right? They open their mouth. It's the same thing with yeah. No, I mean, I'm a straight up, I was there. And I know a few of you were there as well, right? I don't have any friends that survived the addiction, right? They all died. I know it's the hardest thing to just let somebody go and hit rock bottom and watch them crash. But that's the only way they're going to learn, right? If you want to be there for support. Okay, we got one card left in this deck. And we've been doing pull-ups for over an hour now. Nine is the next one. I mean, sorry guys, I told you what it was. 9 on deck. Right? Hold on, I'll guess another card. I'll pull one from the deck and we can guess it together. Let's do this. 9. Okay. So I'm just going to pull a card and we can guess it. I mean, guessing's not even like the word for it, right? Because truly we know what this card is. Campbell says mulligan. A 5. Let's see. Sanyu, a 3. King, J Love, Billy Badass. Welcome to the chat. 10 on deck, 8. You guys ready? I want you to stop playing around. Stop pretending you don't know what this card is. Okay? It's a 2. And you knew this, man. You knew this, man. You did. Okay, really quick. Let's see. I told this dude that I would look up the front delt, so let's do that real quick. I gotta get out of here. Let's see. That ain't right. $310, $301. My apologies. I'm trying to see if I could help this guy out real quick. It doesn't seem like I got it here. Hey, my apologies, man. I'm looking it up. It doesn't seem like I got it. See, Jesse just got the rice about to go home depot and get a bucket. Can you show a close-up of the motion through the rice? I do like, first I do this one motion like this, and then I'll do another motion where I'll do my wrist this way, and I'll do a motion that I'll do my wrist that way, and then I have another motion where I stick it in and I twist the whole arm like that to one direction, and I'll reverse it as well. It hits a whole different group of muscles going in the other direction. I like to just use minute durations with the timer, and just pick to like 2 movements, like whether it's like a minute duration outward and then a minute duration inward, right? And just do a couple sets, like 2 sets of one and 2 sets of the other. Seems to go pretty good. Okay, I gotta go, guys. I'm sorry. Dinner's ready. We had a long talk today. Sorry if I missed any messages. Pain is the mind. Let's see. Pain is of the mind. One of my favorite movie quotes all of times. A moment of pain is worth a lifetime of glory. The Unbroken. Hey, thanks for the channel support. Thanks for all the great tips. Appreciate all you guys for being here. Allison, thank you so much for your channel support. Campbell, have a good one. Nathan, John Conway, Liz. Have a good one, guys. See ya, everybody. Hey, thanks, guys. Have a good one. I appreciate all of you, and good luck in your journey. Right? Life's a journey, guys. Hang on.